nerds, what's up? So, as it is the month of March, and March 20th is the official 1-year anniversary that Animal Crossing's New Horizon came out, I decided that I wanted to do some fan art for some of my favorite villagers. Animal Crossing has really been one of the staples in my life, especially in 2020. Well, fun story, I decided that for my birthday, which is also in March, that I wanted a Nintendo Switch, and that was like the only present I wanted, and I wanted specifically Animal Crossing. That's why I wanted the Nintendo Switch. And so I'm just so grateful that I got it when I did, because I think March was just like the cusp of when everything was really going to start shutting down. And so I'm just super grateful for Animal Crossing, you guys. So the first villager that I'm drawing is Canberra, and she is actually one of the OG villagers that came with me on the island, where there was, just that simple tent and Tom Nook, and that was it. So I had to draw her. She is so fun. I love her attitude. She just seems like that tough older sister who would just, she's both really rambunctious and maybe has like a little bit of a tough girl exterior, but you also know that she would beat somebody up for you, as well as just be there for you when you feel sad and down. And so I just love her so much. So these fan arts are of the villagers, but I have humanized them. And you can see I'm using the little Canberra reference on the side. And you also see the sneak peek of our next villager, which I'll get to in a minute. But yeah, I wanted to humanize all of the villagers because that's what I'm best drawing at. So, and it's really fun to kind of interpret what each of the villagers would look like. Guys, please forgive me if I'm just stumbling over my words and saying every 2 seconds. This is really my only second voiceover, and guys, it is hard. Like I said before, I really think that Canberra is that like tough older sister kind of character. And so I knew that I wanted to add like a little bit of muscle definition to her arms and make her look like, she could beat somebody up if she really had to. She's just a great character, and I really love seeing her face every time that I visit. Now, some of you guys may be disappointed because I'm not doing popular villagers like Raymond or Marshall or Lucky, but these are my villagers that I've had on my island, and it's just very nostalgic. And again, it's the 1-year anniversary of Animal Crossing, and I just wanted to pay tribute to those who have been comforting me during this time. So next on our list is Axel, and Axel is the other villager who was originally with me when we first arrived on the island. And again, I was super excited. I love elephants in general, and I love the elephant designs in Animal Crossing, and so it was really fun to design Axel. He's a jock, obviously, and so I wanted to pay homage to that, and I thought that my interpretation of like the little bit of teal that's on his ears into a headband was a really cute idea to still incorporate that color, but also not have it be just like, not just be stereotypically like the tips of his hair. So I also wanted to put some definition into his shirt. So you'll see me adding a little bit of muscle lines, because again, this boy is our jock. He works out every day. He does those patrol runs around the island. Like, this boy is jacked. He's ready to go. Next up is O'Hare. And first off, I was super excited to have a bunny on the island. And O'Hare is just this chill, laid back, super silly kind of character, and I've really enjoyed having him on my island. Also, his design is really unique and striking. The pops of lime green on his nose and his ears is just really fun. and I love his chill vacation vibes with the shirt and with the fun straw hat. He's just a really fun character to interact with. I will say that O'Hare's coloring was probably one of the most challenging ones out of all of the villagers that I worked on, just because it's such a stark contrast with his fur skin tone and the bright orange hair, and then again that pop of lime green. So I definitely finagle with the colors for a long time, just making it balance, and as well as you can be able to kind of see the outlines of his face and making sure everything is balanced but contrasted enough as well. So it was both challenging but really fun to work on. Again, I'm working on changing all of the black outlines to match the color of each section of the character. I just like the effect of how those look. Now I'm working on the details of O'Hare. O'Hare also had probably the most details out of all of the characters that I worked on, just because I wanted to get the texture of the straw hat as well as the design of his vacation shirt. Something that I'm pretty proud of is interpreting his ears and just taking the look of still wanting to represent his long ears, but, you know, again, I'm interpreting all of these villagers in human form, so having his ears be gauged really, I think, solidified, you know, he's got long ears, and then that pop of bright green is the gauges themselves, and I thought that was pretty clever. You'll see I add a pop of green onto his nose because, again, I wanted to reference that green nose that he has. And so I just added that as another bright green jewelry accessory. I feel like O'Hare as a human being would just be so interesting to see, like, walk down the streets. Like, he would just be a really cool guy. I think I did spend the most time on O'Hare, again, just because of all of the details and stuff. But I'm really proud with how he turned out in the end, and I hope that you guys like him too. Our last villager is Miss Maple. Maple is probably my favorite villager that I have on the island, only because I think I resonate with her the most. She is just the sweetest little thing. She is a homebody and she reads books, and that is me, 100% girl. I am the same way. She is adorable. That is another big plus for her. And I did the same thing that I did with Canberra, which was I just made their ears cute little buns on top of their head, which is kind of a cop-out. I feel like I could have done something a little bit more creative, but it was the best idea that I had at the time, so that's what I did. I also worked on Maple's sweater for a really long time. I was trying to get that dang Christmas tree shape right, and it just took forever. I don't know why. I was having such a struggle. I also elongated the bust, or the size of the Maple drawing that I did. I noticed that with like Canberra and Axel, I drew them down to about their elbows, and with O'Hare and Maple, I had just done basically like busts, and I was like, well, these guys need to match, so I wanted to just make her profile a little bit bigger, as well as giving room so that you can see her Christmas tree. I still wanted to make Maple's eyes as big and as dilated as possible, but still make them look human, so this is what we wound up with. I also felt that my maple drawing was a little bit plain, and so I wanted to add that texture of her sweater just to add a little bit more detail and a little more depth to the picture. So, these are all my villagers. Which one was your favorite? I love all of them. I am the type of person that gets attached to all of my villagers, and it's very hard for me to switch them out. So, comment down below if you're the same way. I would love to know who your villagers are on your island. And again, if you want to see the rest of my villagers, please let me know down below. Or maybe you want to see me draw specific villagers that you have on your island. I would love to do that as well. I hope you guys enjoyed this speed draw. Again, this is more content that I plan to be doing on my channel. And happy March, happy 1-year anniversary to Animal Crossing, and I'll see you guys next time.